Hey guys, this is your boy Markcoos and welcome back to Markcoos' reign at Arsenal. And as you can see, the first match of today's episode will be at Wigan Athletic in the Barclays Premier League at DW Stadium, where we will play Wigan. And this game's pretty simple really, but as you can see in the last match we did beat West Ham 4-1, dominated Sunderland, I think it was 6-0, and I think, no, Stoke, sorry, not Sunderland. Stoke, we beat them 6-0, and yeah, so this match, pretty simple. Created DW Stadium. Pretty nice stadium, to be perfectly honest. It looks a bit like the DW Stadium. When I first saw it, I thought, it looks nothing like the DW Stadium. But it looks just like it because it's technically a rugby pitch. But, yeah. So, as you can see, they started with Pollitt in goal instead of Al-Habsi. And they played 5 at the back, as they do in real life. They played 3 at the back with like 2 wing backs. So, it doesn't matter. But Arsenal, we started with quite a strong team, but of course we did have an upcoming match against Barcelona coming, so we had to play with restraints, should I say. So Podolski didn't start, and now I think it was now the Bakary Sagna. So Wigan kick off, of course, as the home team. And yeah, in the 7th minute they get our cross in and more or less heads it wide. Like, Wigan really did do a lot of work. I mean, Miyachi's playing against me. I might have to buy him back because he's so fast. But there you see Coney hit the bar and I'm just like, I'm not having that. So Sani Cazorla ends up tackling the ball straight to Olivier Giroud. Giroud plays a great 1-2 with Theo Walcott. And again, the Frenchman scores. He's so bloody vital to my team. I mean, without him, I would be nowhere. Like, literally, I think he's scored so far about, like, 16 goals in the season. Like, that's insane. For a player who's considered a flop in real life. Like, in my game, he's been absolutely amazing for me. His overall has just like grown so much. As you see, I've got a little moustache because of course it is November, so doing some Movember for charity. So at halftime it's it's 1-0 to Arsenal, and yeah, we've been playing pretty well. See from the stats, we've had 6 shots, 2 on target. They've had 3 shots, 0 on target, but they have hit the bar, and they've also beaten me on possession and pass completion. But they do play 5 at the back, so as you can see, the 5 at the back there. But I bring Arshavin and Chamberlain in because of course I have to rest up the rest of the team for the Champions League match coming up. So Sani Cazorla gets a free kick on the edge of the box, 54th minute, and look at this for a free kick. Hits off the bar. Pollitt is nowhere near it, but it doesn't matter because I end up bringing up De Hertfeld on for Royce later on in the half. But look at this, for a shot from Rio Miyachi, and it's going in. No, it's not. It's going just wide. It's so slowly just going in, but it's not. I was so happy with it. But yeah, final score 1-0. I only had 2 shots on target the whole game. Like, this game is pretty poor to play in, to be perfectly honest. As you can see, I brought back the stats, possession, I brought back the passing completion, and Vermaelen gets man of the match. I mean, what does that tell you about it? But West Brom beat Southampton, Man United beat QPR, Chelsea beat Everton, and Man City beat Liverpool. Fulham drew with Sunderland, West Ham got beat by Aston Villa, Newcastle beat Reading, Norwich got beat by Stoke, and Tottenham beat Swansea. And at the current moment, I'm still top of the table, still unbeaten. I mean, like, as you can see, I have 35 points, 33 in Manchester City. But I think it's the next episode where we do face off against Manchester City, and my God, that's an unbelievable game. But it'll be an unbelievable game. I don't even know yet, but as you see, the next match is the FC Barcelona match in the Camp Nou, or the Nou Camp, or whatever you want to call it, in Barcelona. We have to go out there and get a point at least, basically. We have to hope for a point and hope that, I think it's Anderlecht get beat by Dynamo Kiev. But you'll see the Barcelona team, and they really did not play a strong team for this, and it should have been a much easier ride than it was. But you'll see what I'm talking about. So the music is blaring, like, starting to blare soon, as you can see. And I played quite a strong team, but half my players were like, I don't want to play today. Like, Giroud said he didn't want to play. I was like, oh my God, like, literally, well, they didn't say this, but like, their form was just bad, and I was like, God, I'm going to have this is going to be painstakingly difficult. So, I have a white referee. That might be a changing decision, but Mascherano was captain, so I would suggest that Puyol didn't start, and he didn't start. So, but as you can see, as it goes through the lineup, you see like some Muniesa and Bartra and Montoya, sorry. And you're like, where's Lionel Messi? Where is Messi? Are they not playing Messi? Actually, they weren't playing Messi at all. He was on the bench, but as you can see, they started Pedro Villa and Kiko up front, and Abada, Montoya, Muniesa, and Adriano at the back, with Valdez in goal. Me, I started with Chesney, Mertesacker, Vermaelen, Sanya, Jenkinson playing left back, Cazorla, Artel, Wilshere, Gervinho, Podolski and Walcott. So this game was going to be pretty difficult, but I mean, it's Barcelona and I just needed a point, so I was going out with intention to, of course, get a point. I wasn't going out to go for the win. But in the second minute of the match, Vermaelen gets the ball here. Walcott makes his run. A great through ball from Vermaelen, of all people. Walcott just passes it across for Podolski to finish into the top corner. So after 4 minutes roughly, after 3 minutes 40 seconds, Arsenal, we're 1-0 up. I'm sorry, just had my lunch, so yeah. So 1-0 up, and yeah, so we were dominating, well, not dominating, but I mean, what a finish from Podolski. Great finish into the top corner, but I was like, wow, God, chance. I mean, I'm beating Barcelona, but this happened last game as well. We were 1-0 up and then 6-1 down. But yeah, in the 17th minute, the event, Kiko gets the ball, skins Mertesacker and crosses it for Villa, who pops in the back of the net, as you can see. Scores a nice volley, and yeah, so I kept the lead for 14 minutes. Oh well. Could have done better, but that doesn't really matter. But yeah, so in the 30th minute, I end up hacking, I think it's Pedro with Sanya, and I was like, Sanya, yellow card, fair enough. But in the 33rd minute here, I get the ball from Gervinho on the right hand side, left hand side, pass it back to Santi Cazorla, and a nice, cool, calm finish, composed finish from the Spanish midfielder. And he goes to slide in the grass. Now, you'll see what I'm talking about when Barcelona equalise, because they did the exact same celebration as me, but they do it the other way around. Like, he doesn't slide on his front, he slides on his back. It's a bit ridiculous, but what a finish from Santi Cazorla, nice composed into the bottom corner. But then, as you can see, 36th minute here, Villa on the ball, edge of the box, hits the bar, hits the post, and Adriano comes in and pops in the back of the net. So, as you can see, the same celebration, but on his back. But he goes from sliding on his knees to his back, and 5 people jump on top of it. I don't see the point. I don't really see the big difference. If you don't see the big difference, you're an idiot. Yes, idiot. But yeah, Adriano scores, and yeah, so, and it comes to basically half time, and I get Sanya sent off, and I was like, no. But I didn't want Sanya to get sent off, but he ends up getting sent off, and basically the whistle goes more or less after he gets sent off. So, as you see from the stats, Arsenal had 4 shots on target. I had 5 shots on target, so the stats are really bloody close. So at half time I changed a couple of things, moved Sanya out, bring in I think it's Giroud, and I end up like going ahead again here with the 71st minute with Santi Cazorla. Another fantastic finish into the top corner from the Spanish little diminutive man, and again he does the same sort of celebration and gets piled on by all these people, and he always just start humping the pile. Very weird. And that's how it's been with PES for the last 5 years. Oh, more than that actually. But look at this, 4th finish, right into the top corner, just past Victor Valdez's outstretched gloves. And basically, as you can see, when I scored, they bring on Dani Alves, and he takes off Adriano and brings on Lionel Messi. And I was like, holy crap, I'm going to get beat. But in the 90th minute, I end up clearing the ball. I think it's with Jack Wilshere. And what's that? Oh, I've qualified. Oh, I think I have qualified. I'm so boss. So Mertesacker, Podolski and Chesney are all celebrating. 2 Germans and a Polish person. And Wilshere is cheesing his nut off. He's like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. And I think I end up appearing here as the manager, walking about. But yes, that's what I'm talking about. And yeah, so even clapping Giroud, a guy doesn't even play often. He only came on because I needed a centre back to play. But yeah, ended up beating Barcelona 3-2 in the Nou Camp, and as you can see from the stats, I did have 10 shots on target, they had 6 shots, and I did dominate on possession, so maybe I did deserve it. I think I did deserve it, so yeah, that's all that really matters. But I'm really happy to be through in the Champions League. Of course, it was a difficult group with Barcelona in it, of course, but Santi Cazorla gets man of the match for scoring 2 goals, and he sort of deserved it. He did play, he scored 2 goals, so in the other match, Anderlecht beat Dynamo Kiev, which basically made Anderlecht come 3rd in the group. As you can see the group here, Anderlecht are 6 points ahead. 6 points, Arsenal and Barcelona will have 12, and Dynamo Kiev had 0, so Anderlecht get the Europa League position, and Arsenal and Barcelona go through, and it all depends on the final match, of course, who would be top of the table. Basically, I had to beat, I think it was Anderlecht by like 7 or 8 goals, and Dynamo Kiev would have to be beaten by like 1 goal for Barcelona for me to actually get through on goal difference, but yeah, so it doesn't really matter. I think that's how it works. It works on, what's it called? I don't know what I'm talking about. Into the next match at the Emirates Stadium, it's Arsenal versus QPR, And yeah, this match was another bloody difficult match, but Giroud was back in the lineup as well as Royce. Well, did Royce play in the last game? I don't even know. I don't think he did. But yeah, you see Koscielny from Alan Sanya Gibbs, Arteta, Wilshere, Royce, Walcott, Giroud and Podolski. So it was more or less back to full strength. Well, QPR played with a pretty difficult lineup as well. They had Julius Cesar, Nelson, Onoya, Armand Traore, former Arsenal player, Park Ji-soon, Djibril Cisse, Zamora, Granero, Basingwa. Like, it was a pretty difficult lineup for a game which not considered to be one of the difficult ones, but with Julius Cesar in goal, it's always going to be difficult. But in the 17th minute, getting the ball through to Markcoos, he gets his shot away, and Julius Cesar makes a good save, to be perfectly honest. It's a pretty good save there. In the 29th minute here, Giroud gets through on goal, has a shot, a really powerful shot, and again, Julius Cesar makes a save. But coming up to half-time, Giroud gets played for on goal from Royce, and look at that, for a composed finish into the bottom corner with his left foot. Nice finesse, he runs into the post. I think that's absolutely hilarious. He actually runs into the post. But I don't care. It's all about scoring, as Giroud has scored again. So he scored 2 goals this episode so far. And I mean, he's an absolute beast up front. He's like an 83 overall, I think now. Like, because I've played him so often, I don't have any other real proper striker to play up front. He's just excelled. He's just gone up so much. His overall's just improved. But look at that 4 finish, a composed finish past Julius Cesar. And at half time, it's 1-0 to Arsenal. So, you'll see from the stats that I was more or less dominant. I had 12 shots, 8 on target. They only had 1 shot, 1 on target. I'm dominating possession, pass completion. I mean, like, I'm properly not poning, but I'm doing well enough. In the 53rd minute here, to get the ball to Zamora, I'm sure they end up passing it to Farrell, and he pops it back in it, and I was like, yeah, that was like a bit of a pain. I mean, it's a bit disappointing that I went from going so much to having to lose that. But anyway, the ball comes through to Giroud. Again, I think it's after an Arteta tackle, and Giroud again just finesses it across the keeper into the bottom corner, and he scored again. So he scored now 3 goals in 2 games. And as you see, I'm happy with him. I'm of course very happy for him. I mean, he's such a beast of a player. As you can see here, it's a great finish, another great finish past Julius Cesar, one of the best keepers in the game, to be fair. But here's Djibril Cisse on the ball, and I really should have defended better in the 71st minute. But he ends up hitting it right into the bottom corner, and I mean, it was deserving. They had got a couple shots on target, and I just defended poorly. And Djibril Cisse scores, but he has possibly the worst celebration ever and just runs back to his position. But as you see in slow motion here, I really should have done better. Vermaelen really should have put his foot out more, but it doesn't really matter. But from kick-off, I was like, I don't really deserve to be down, so I sort of passing it Giroud through to Podolski. And when Podolski's through on goal at this position, he's more or less going to score every single time. And look at that 4 finish, a fantastic thunderbolt finish into the top corner. And I'm just like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm absolutely ecstatic on the touchline. And I was just like, you see from the replay, I mean, it's going so fast, like Julius Cesar has no hope of stopping it. In the 80th minute, Arteta plays a great free ball through to Olivier Giroud, and Giroud through on goal. And look at that 4 composed finish into the roof of the net, and he scores his hat-trick. So, Olivier Giroud has scored another hat-trick, and he does another little dance, and everyone loves a little bit of the dance. And yeah, so Olivier Giroud has scored another hat-trick. He's scored 4 goals in 2 games. I'm happy there. I'm like, yes, we've finally got it done, dusted and all that. And into the 85th minute, pass ball back to Olivier Giroud from the edge of the box, and he finesses it into the top corner. So that's his 4th goal this game, 5th goal this episode. He's just unbelievably amazing. So yeah, that's more or less the final result. It's 5-2. I mean, that's a pretty good result for my team. As you see, I'm not as ecstatic about this goal as the other ones, but it was probably the best finish from all of his 4 goals. So at the final result, it's 5-2, and the stats are 18 shots, 13 on target, 7 shots for QPR and 7 on target. And they actually beat me on possession, and passing completion as well. But it's all about the result, and I won 5-2, so that doesn't really matter. Olivier Giroud actually gets an 8.0 rating. I've never seen that before in PES, like ever. Like a rating over 7.5 is like unheard of. So for a rating of 8 is pretty cool. Man United actually got beat by Everton, and Man City beat Chelsea. Sunderland and Liverpool drew 1-0, and Aston Villa beat Wigan, which were pretty big results, especially the Man United Everton one. And the next results are Newcastle beat Fulham, Swansea got beat by West Brom, Southampton beat Norwich, Tottenham beat Reading, and West Ham got beat by Stoke. And we'll see the table before the end of the episode. And the table, Arsenal are still top. So if you have enjoyed this episode of Markcoos' Reign at Arsenal, subscribe to my channel for more. And